Congressman Michael McCall lost his best friend to leukemia in grade school. Now, he's determined to make a difference in the fight against childhood cancer. And with the help of his 11-year-old sidekick, Sadie Keller, he is.
Instantly, we just became like best friends.
Sadie, a cancer survivor, met Congressman McCall about 5 years ago.
She's my best lobbyist, and I love taking her on the floor.
And has lobbied with him ever since.
It really brought sort of the face of the movement, if you will, to life.
McCall founded the Childhood Cancer Caucus more than a decade ago.
They didn't have a voice. There are no lobbyists for these children. And I wanted to form the Childhood Cancer Caucus to really give them a voice.
Since then, they've passed 4 major pieces of legislation.
There hadn't been a new drug really on the market since the 1980s when I first came into office. That has changed now.
The STAR Act is the most comprehensive childhood cancer legislation to date.
Would you like to say something, darling?
I'm just so honored to be here, and this is just such an amazing opportunity, and just thank you.
Thank you, sweetheart. You were very nice.
Usually the author gets a pen, but he gave her the pen. It was so appropriate and it was so cute.
I can't even describe it. It was just incredible.
And this dynamic duo isn't finished yet.
Sadie and I have big plans, and we're going to take this mission global, sort of in a missionary way.
The U.S. has an 80% survival rate for pediatric cancer, but overseas it's a different story.
If you look at the continent of Africa, 90% of children that get cancer die. So it's a very high mortality rate.
McCall believes they can use the global infrastructure to fight AIDS and HIV, known as PEPFAR, to bring cancer drugs and treatments into areas without easy access.
Because the infrastructure is there and the doctors are there, it's really a training piece, and then getting the drugs into these countries, which we think could be donated.
There's strong bipartisan support for this idea on the Hill. Next up, presenting the plan to the UN.
It's kind of hard to say no to something that could have this much potential to save lives.
To show her appreciation to the congressman.
It's one of my best gifts.
Sadie made him 2 paintings, now on display in his office.
And how it kind of goes from dark to flowers is kind of how I turned a bad situation into a good situation with my cancer journey.
Sadie will return to the Hill to lobby for the Global Hope Act, and she also helps kids fighting cancer through the Sadie Keller Foundation, which donates gifts to children in the hospital on Christmas and gives gift cards to parents struggling to care for their sick children. Reporting from Capitol Hill, Abigail Robertson, CBN News.